Hello! So, this is a weird ribbon thingy. Is it cool? I don't know. Is it great? No. It's not that great. One thing, so it's curved slightly. There are like many mistakes I made, but I'll show you up close soon. Wait a second. Oh, I'm still holding the recorder. I wanted to record a song as well, because, well, that's what we do. So it's a ribbon. Let me put this here. So there. It's a ribbon. Magnets are behind it, and there's metal as well. As seen in the previous pieces of video. Because I didn't do the whole build thing. I did record like most of it, but everything went wrong, so I don't dare to share. That's nice, right? Biggest problem, and I'll move you in. So the curve is not very visible like this, but so it is curved, but since I used quite big tapes here, here, and here, the part that emits music or sound at all is only this big. So it is too small. So these parts you know, there's foam tape behind it, is too big, so it fucks up the efficiency. That's one. Secondly, lining up the magnets, I made a mistake there as well, so it's not lined out perfectly. That screws up the efficiency, and the angle of the separate pieces is 4 degrees. And by the looks of it, because these are rather small, like potentially 3 mm if the spacer was nothing, well, they are something, but so if I could get like maybe a rod or something, a rod with some sticky tape, a small rod, aluminium rod, instead of almost 6 or 7 mm of foam tape, that would give me more, you know, driving area. But still, it's rather small, and 4 degrees, you know, like turns is maybe, I think it can be bigger than that. I got to the 4 degrees angle because that's what they said in a, I don't know, the Solo Sound Solo Static 4, I think. It was an electrostatic panel, but those panels were this big. And I can imagine that 4 degrees is the maximum before it like really goes to shit. Since these are rather small, dispersion is much better, so the angle could probably be much bigger. So either I, you know, use 6 magnets instead of 3, and then do 4 degree turns. That might work, or I'll leave it as is, and then I'll just make the angle bigger. Not sure yet what is cool. Secondly, I wish they were wider. A wider ribbon would be nicer, but the top end will, of course, horizontally, dispersion would be crappier. So either it would be a 2-coil version with, I don't know, like a tweeter section that does like full range, and a bass section or a mid-range section that does only mid-range to have still rather good dispersion. That might work, but it does mean that they're playing along over a certain frequency range, so that means they're parallel, and that means also that the impedance will be like half. So that's tricky. If I chose then I have to make the coil really small. But if I did, and I reach 8 ohm, which is really high, then I could do that. So then the mid-range will be 4 ohm, if I'm correct, yes. And then when it enters into the top end, it becomes 8 ohm. Might as well do 6 ohm. I mean, 3 ohm is possible to drive as well, I think. These are just sitting here. It's from a second version, or not the same version, but the second pair, or it's one of the pairs that I did not make, and I'm probably never gonna make as well, because this one was a disaster in building. So I have to do some redrawing, because I made a lot of really stupid mistakes. But that's what you get if you just try something new. There are a few nasty resonances there in the 1K 712 something. They can, well, I can get rid of them quite easily. It's just the way I just mounted this, and it's sticky tape. So I stuck it down, and there's no way of correcting it. So this should be, you know, you can even hear it right now. So here's something rubbing, I think. And it's also bulged up, so it's not even close to the magnets. That's why this part is not as loud as a few parts up. So there's a lot of things wrong to this construction. But it does give me an insight of, yes, this is possible. If I redesign this is possible. If I change the curve, I could get rid of the extensive 14K top end just by, well, giving a little bit more angle on these tiny speakers that they essentially are. So they, yeah, you know, level out. That would be nice. So dispersion goes up, and I got rid of this 14K bump. Just an idea. Another thing is that it has a rather deep baffle, which is nice for low end, and it's quite easy to do. These are here just to make the baffle itself, so the front, not the same. So if I put them here, this thing is 3 times as big as this one, so this would be terrible. This is better. It smooths out a little bit more. But that's for, you know, a later thingy. First get the mechanics right. Right now it's 4.2 ohms, so and not very efficient. It's even 1.5 dB down compared to the woofer, which is already not very sensitive. Like 86, 85. Maybe with filtering, maybe even lower, you know. But hell. So that's the setup. I'll show you the back side as well, or the side. So you see it has a weird, I don't know. I think the form is quite intriguing. You can make it bigger, and well, I have many ideas, but I chose a weird kind of, I don't know, alien shape. No clue, but I thought, well, that's a nice form. I'll see what it does. Yeah, the woofer itself is the Dayton DS135. Nothing special, the one I used gazillion times. Well. It's crossed at 1200 Hertz. But still, there are some resonances, as I mentioned. Far from perfect. Like really far from perfect. Also, I noticed that when you move the mic upwards, it does still change the top end a little bit. And that might be because of, especially this piece here is really much further away from the magnets, this one as well, than the top ones. Purely because this has a decent tension and the magnets are aligned a little bit better, and these are not. But I could not rip off the ribbon without destroying it, so that's the way it is right now. So Emiliana Torini, also called Birds. Is there any song that's called Pigeon? That would be nice. Mono.
Let's stay awake and listen to the dark. Before the birds, before they all wake up.
I hope they never do.
It's the ending of a play, and soon begins another. Here, the leaves applaud the wind. See the sun come rising, and white wings start to fly. Like strings of pearls in the fiery sky. I don't wanna close my eyes, don't wanna leave the stage now. Yes, the leaves applaud our stay.
that were the songs about birds. But it's also kind of a curse. So Agnes Obel, live in Berlin, 2013, The Curse. It's a YouTube video, so it's not the highest quality, just like my video. So it's like 2 times YouTube compression. By the way, I normally don't hear a difference in YouTube compression. I mean, it's hardly, you can hardly hear it. But watch my videos when I put on the, the water to clean off a foil, you'll hear it instantly. It sounds like a phone. It's quite terrible. So, just so you know, this kind of videos don't say shit. It's good that I make them. Doesn't say shit. Anyhow, Agnes Obel, or Agnes Obel, The Curse, live. I'll put in the video as well. One thing, by the way, I want to know is that, is this the video I want to play actually? Ah, fuck, I think I gotta... Yeah, well, I think they're doing the same every time. They're also like sampling stuff while they're playing. And it's not like a one-man band sampling a thing, but most of the instruments are sampling. So they're playing something, repeat it, then play something over it. So it's really, it's not like one person does it, but several persons do it to make a complete song, although they're only with 3 persons. So quite nice. But I had a better version of it with some drums as well. She was awesome as well. But we're gonna play this one. Agnes Obel, The Curse. Fun fact, she has 2 mics, one with the distorted sound and one with clean sound. Pretty nice. You heard it, I'm pretty sure, but it's not my fucking tweeter. Do you hear that? Sorry, we have to like hunt this down. There we are. What is it? This piece of plastic. That's too bad. I recorded everything with this piece of plastic in between. Let's continue. So yeah, let's quit this. So it is something I would like to make a new one of. That's the thing, because it sucks right now in, well, many ways. There's distortion, the output is not nice enough at least. The angle can be different, but the idea was, well, if it worked at all. And I think it might work if I make the angle bigger, then it should like kind of work. I hope. So anyhow, thanks to my Patreons anyways, because there's still a Patreon, and that's really nice. Hi, by the way, I'm looking over the camera. And thanks for the support, and if you want to support me, check the links below in the bio. I don't know, it's just a description in my opinion, but I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Oh, if you have any ideas, just put them in the comments and we can discuss them. I don't know, just making loudspeakers. I mean, come on, it's fun. See ya!